And this doesn't mind. It doesn't mind. There may be thoughts running in the background. There's so much space that everything is allowed to be as it is without judgment. This doesn't try to get rid of anything. Because it's just freedom appearing as everything. This doesn't say the other, because the other has to do with being somebody. Then if it's somebody, it thinks that it's separate, and then they may think that there are others as well. So there's no one who separates, and there are no others as well. There's just simply this. This seeing right now, as it is, this seeing without any reference from the past or without any knowledge in the memory. This seeing as it is not a man or a woman. It's not a human being. It's not trying to get anything. It's not waiting for anything to happen. It doesn't have any intention to become anything. It's already what it is. And it's not somebody seeing. It doesn't belong to anybody. And this seeing as it is not local. There's no separate seeing. There's no seeing there, and there. It's just one. There's no seer. So it's already empty. It's already nobody. It's just seeing. And nothing is seen. There may be labels in the story that can see this body, can see that's a image, computer screen, the room, the body. Those are just labels. There's just seeing and nothing is seen, and there's no seer. The seer and something being seen is just a story. The seer and something that is seen is just an imagination.
Why? I mean, why does this imagine all this? Why does it, if it seems like all this causes confusion, and which is this. But my question always is, why would it do that? If it's just everything, seen, freedom, cool. But why would it go out of its way, so to speak, to imagine me being a seeker, searching for it, and going through all why is it doing it? Because it is me, or imagining me seeking it, which is impossible. And so I just have, so the question is, why would it do that?
Peter, okay, something
Just want to
say.
give a shot so Nkosi can get a break. I'm just going to try. Well, the question it presupposes that there is a reason, and I would imagine that that's an assumption. There is no reason, so there is no answer to the question why. Or if an answer came up to the question why, it would be a story that would be made up. But this doesn't happen for a reason, because there is nobody that makes this happen.
Oh, beautiful. There is no why, and it's just what's happening. There are no reasons. There's no purpose. This isn't going anywhere. This isn't a story.
And I admit, Don, it has crossed my mind before as well, because for a long time I thought somebody must be behind all this. It's just, that came up, that it can't just be. And it seems like it just is. And how would I know that? I don't. But the question did come up, when Nkosi speaks, or when I'm on Wednesday night. I can see how, you could say, well, how do we know that what Nkosi says and Michael says and Dan says is less of a story than what anybody else says? And I don't have an answer for that, So on some level, and I'm curious actually what you'll say, Nkosi, if I make sense. On some level, if somebody asks me, let's say I listen to Nkosi when you give a monologue, and I resonate with it, and I quote. I know this is not well said, but I buy it. It seems there's no opposition to it, or it seems clear. But if somebody came and said, well, how do you know that this is how it really is? I wouldn't have an answer for that.
Well, nobody knows. Nobody knows. There's nobody here to know anything. There's just this, which may appear as somebody who wants to know. How do I know? I don't. And there's no one here to know anything. It's just this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I hear you saying is that everything is simply resonance.
Yeah. There's just resonance, but nobody is resonating with anything.
Right.
It can be just this uh, appearing as resonance. No. And it is also seen that when what seems to be the seeker, of course, it's a story. When what seems to be the seeker collapses, it is recognized that there wasn't any seeker. So, in the midst of something that seems to be seeking, there is already no seeker. It's just already this appearing as a seeker. Somebody who's asking a question is already everything, is already what is being longed for or what is being looked for, appearing as somebody asking a question. So there's already nobody who's asking a question. There's already no real somebody who's asking a question. It's just this appearing as a question, appearing as an answer, appearing not to get it, appearing to get it, giving up or not giving up, frustrated, feeling confused, feeling love, unconditional love.